All right, welcome back to the Knives Fast channel, guys. We have got a fun video for you, and I'm going to call this one, It's a Bug's Life. All right, fine. Disney, stay away. It's a joke. These are knives. It's not really a bug's life. It's a bug-looking knives life. But anyway, guys, Knives Fast channel, like, comment, subscribe. Hit that notification bell. Stick around. Check out a live stream Monday night, 7:45, and check me out on Instagram at Knives Fast, guys. It's a lot of fun around here. I am a goofball, but I like knives and gear, and hopefully you guys do. If you do, stick around and be a part of it. Now, this is two knives that come from the Lefty Pass Around group. This one is from Bestech Knives, and this is the, I believe it's pronounced Ququ, 14C and black. Now, if you are interested in knives under $100, this one's going to be for you if either of these are, okay? It is fairly inexpensive. It is a button lock. It's got some fidget factor that we'll talk about, and it's got a aluminum handle and a 14C 28M blade in a dagger shape. And that one is modeled after a cricket. Ququ, or Ququ, is Chinese for cricket, and it's designed by the owner of Bestech's daughter, apparently, and I forget her name, but cute little girl, and she designed this after a cricket. Now, this is the Rike Cicada. You can see there, Cicada, very cool. I like that Rike does that on her knives, and you can see more detail in the wings. Got some gold over the titanium. Now, this is your premium version. This is M390, I believe. We'll get there in a minute. Yep, M390 and titanium with gold-plated titanium and this gray blue pivot collar, and pivot, I should say. Really cool. It is a button lock, and we will talk more about that as well. Now, the biggest difference between these two right off the bat is obviously the price. This one's $250. This one's, I think, I got to get my phone up here. I think like $70 if I remember correctly, depending on which one you get. No, $60 for the G10 one, and $60 for the aluminum one. So, and this guy's $250, and it's also out of stock. But what I was going to say, the biggest difference is this one has an opening method with a kind of roller flipper, if you will. And the button is kind of, we'll talk about that in a minute. But you have kind of a roller flipper with some jimping here. You can see, pop, okay? And this one is a gravity knife, basically. You are flicking it with your wrist. But I got to tell you, when I first saw the Ququ, I was not interested. I only really got it in on the channel, I'll be honest, because I wanted to see the Bestech grunt. And Kevin put that one in the pass-around group with the, not Bestech, TACCOM grunt. And Kevin put this one in the pass-around group with that one. So I'm like, all right, fine, I'll take a look. But I got to tell you, when I got this guy in, it is incredibly smooth. And this is actually really fun. Really fun. Now, I actually like the size of this one better too. It is a 4-finger knife for me, you can see here. The only issue I got is you got to be real careful not to push that button with your finger up here. We do have a black coated 14C blade. It is on bearings. Just ridiculous on the drop. Look at that. Fantastic. You do have a titanium clip. You do have some milling here to make it look more like a cricket. But I got to tell you, between the two, this one is more knife and less bug. It's got the shape of a cricket, but it's not like super in-your-face cricket, whereas this one is cicada. All day, every day. You look at this guy, and it's actually, they went all in with the wings and everything else. This is all in cicada. Now, both cases, and guys, this is not probably going to be like a normal review. So if you have any questions, if I miss anything, let me know down below. But first off, I know what you're going to ask. Yeah, locked up, really great. Doesn't feel like it's going to, yeah, okay, well. Okay, I punched the button. I hit the button. Okay. Well, nope, I am not Nope, I did hit the button. Okay, so that's an issue. There's not as much room and I keep hitting the button. Nope, I am not hitting the button. So that's interesting, okay? Let's make sure. I'm going to go back here. I'm just trying to stay out of the cutting path. I'm not on the button. Yep. So the lock on this one, just with that simple test. Okay, all you haters out there, I did not whack it, okay? There was no spine whacking. That was a simple test, and I made sure I was off the lock, and it is failing. Interesting. I do like how both of these are encased completely down inside the handle. Very cool. Well, now I will say this button protrudes a little bit, which is good and bad because that means you can, well, see when you're closed, it doesn't protrude that much. But this one really doesn't stick up at all. So you kind of got to dig down in there to use the button a little bit more on that one. Now, cut-wise, guys, let's just see. Let's see. I haven't done a lot of cutting with these just simply because they're more novelty knife than knife to me. Now, I will say this. You got to be careful, guys, on both of these not to accidentally put your thumb on the wrong side. Now, your Rike is cutting just fine. Now, don't forget, we're cutting away from that lock, so I'm not worried about that lock failing, okay? It's not going to fail like that, all right? Now, find the correct side here, and let's see how we do here. All right, not quite as good. I'm getting in that sharpening choil is what I'm doing, I think. Yeah, still not quite as good sharpness-wise on that one. But really interesting to say the least. Yeah, I know. You know, look, they're more novelty knives than they are real knives. And people are going to fuss at me for cutting cardboard with these. But you got to try and you got to see. So that's what I'm doing. But when they are closed, that one is dead center. And so is that one. They both come clear to the end or very close to the end. Now this one's got a standoff there that actually holds the pocket clip. Doesn't look like it reverses, but maybe it does. You know what? It might not. I'm not sure, guys. We'll see what the paperwork says here in a minute. Typical Bestech pivot. See, I did it. That's my concern with both of these guys. Especially this one with it being open on both sides. My concern is forgetting which side is the correct side. Again, if I'm not dumb, I can realize the clip needs to be underneath there, but that's okay. Now on this one, the back side is closed, so it's easy for me to know which side is which. What are the size of these? You can see the Ququ is a little bit bigger. If we put the Ontario Rat 2 out here, it's going to dwarf both of them. If we put the Ontario 1 out here, it's going to make them look like they barely exist, okay? Very, very cool. All right, so let's go through some spec-oramas here, and then we will kind of wrap this up. I'm already over where I wanted to be time-wise, but we're going to do that. Now, let's look at the Ququ. Now, guys, I'm telling you, there's jade G10. There's green aluminum. There's purple aluminum. There's red. There's white G10. Anyway, you don't need to know. There's black. There's pink. There's donut. Look, there's a donut one for $59. There's an Ultim one, which is actually sold out, and the donut and the Ultim. But there's a ton of these. I will leave a link down below to the page at Blade HQ so you can check these out. Now, if I click on the one we have, which is the black blade and the red aluminum, I can tell you that it's 5.5 inches overall with a 2.2 inch blade length. The cutting edge is 2.19. The blade width is 0.95. The blade thickness is just 0.10 with a heavy swedge because of the dagger here, and you even have a groove as well. It is a spear point in 14C 28M. 3.25 inch handle with a 0.46 thickness, 1.79 ounces. And it does say right hand and left hand. So it is reversible and made in China. And again, designed by, cannot remember her name, but the little girl, daughter of the Bestech folks. Now, if we go over to the Cicada. There are 3 versions, and all 3 of these are currently out of stock. This guy is 1.9 inch blade length with a 5.1 overall length, so much smaller. But because it's titanium, and by the way, this one is contoured. This one is more flat with heavy chamfers. Both feel pretty decent. By the way, this one is quite smaller, as you can see in my hand, 3 fingers only. Lanyard hole here, no lanyard hole here, no clip at all on this one. All right. You do have sharpening choil, but that plunge does come past. Wow. Okay. Yes, the plunge does come past. And again, I got confused as to which side. No, this is the edge side. All right. And then this guy has a sharpening choil, and you are clear of the plunge. Oh, by the way, this one, the Cicada is 2.5 ounces. And again, both are made in China. This one's $250. This one is $60. So, guys, I'm curious, are you interested in either one of these bugs? Either the cricket or the cicada or the choo-choo, if you will, but this is a cricket. And let me know. And again, bear in mind that lock failure. I don't know if they'd all be like this. This has been passed around a bit. But I always do that test, so I did it. And that's what you get. So there you go, guys. Hope you enjoyed the bug video. And let me know what you think down below of these. What are your thoughts on them? Again, more novelty than knife, but definitely usable if you want to, and if you want to make a statement. And you know what? I've heard of a lot of people just want one of these because they look cool, and that is fine. Like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell. And guys, thanks for watching the Knives and Bugs Fast channel.